Hey guys, my name's Doug with Infotainment.com. Today I want to share with you guys an exciting new upgrade that we just released. It is the 2015 through 2023 Dodge Challenger, Dodge Charger, and Chrysler 300 10.1-inch Uconnect 5 system. Now this is an amazing system. You can really upgrade your tech in your Challenger, Charger, or 300 2015 to 2023. So we all know that they discontinued the Dodge Charger, Challenger, and the Chrysler 300 in 2023, but we are taking the latest and greatest technology back for you guys with the Uconnect 5. So some of the highlights: you're gonna get HD radio, you're going to get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That way when you first get in your vehicle, it pairs to your phone, there's no more cords, and you get it right at your disposal in your center stack. It does come with the option of two different displays. We have one in a flat black or a matte black finish, or we have the piano black. So whatever your preference is, you can select that on our website when you check out. But this is an awesome upgrade, guys, because it uses factory OEM Mopar parts. So you'll get the Uconnect 5 module that is pre-programmed to your 17-digit VIN number, along with a factory 10.1-inch high-resolution display and plug-and-play wiring. The installation process is nearly identical in all three different vehicles. We will show you guys how easy it is to install, so let's get started.
All right, so where we're gonna start in the Challenger is right at the bezel. We have to remove this whole bezel, goes all the way around to the left side of your dash, around the gauge cluster, as well as all the AC vents. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna pull this steering wheel all the way out. That way it'll give me as much clearance as possible to free this bezel. Then with my panel tool, I'm just gonna go around the bezel and just kind of unsnap it. Just like this, work your way all the way around. And as you're popping this free, if any of the AC vents stay stuck in the dash, that's normal. These sometimes unclip themselves from the bezel when you're pulling it. And all you have to do is pop those back in once you have it pulled out of here. Just like this. And we lost one, so the driver's side stayed in there. All right, and this guy I'll just snap back in once I have the bezel on the bench here. All right, now with our bezel removed, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the 4 7mm screws that are attaching our radio here. These are also Phillips. I like to use a 7mm just because I'm able to use a magnetic driver that'll hang on to these screws pretty good. If you do drop this in your dash, it may be kind of hard to get out of there. All right, now we'll pop this radio out and we'll just work our way all the way around, unplug all these connections. You got that big paddle style connector in the middle. You'll depress that button on the side, and as you push up, it'll just push itself out of there. Now we can set this aside and we'll grab our bezel and work our way over to our bench top and get our 10-inch screen installed. All right, so I got our dash here on the bench. I got the AC vent that stayed stuck in the dash here, and I'll just kind of line the clips up and that'll just snap back in place. So now we can move forward with installing our screen. As you can see, we got our screen right here. We have our screen bracket. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna line this up with the hole in your dash for your original radio. Flip this over. As you can see how that fits there, I'm just kind of holding this up into that cavity. The thicker side is down. So when you stick this mounting plate onto it, there's some alignment pins in here. You can actually squeeze this together. That's how you know it's nice and lined up. And now we can go ahead and install these 5 Phillips screws that go around it. They're also included in your kit. And you want to make sure that you do this by hand, so don't be using a power tool to do this. And when these get snug, that's tight enough. You don't have to go ahead and wrench them down. Let's flip this over. And that's exactly how your screen is going to look once it's mounted. All right, now we can move forward with the radio module assembly. It's basically, I'm just going to pre-wire everything in here so I don't have to do it in the dash. I'm going to start with the LVDS cable here, and I'm going to get the straight side plugged into the radio. I'm going to grab the main harness here. Get the green and the blue plugged in. And this little gray connector at the end of our main harness, this is going to go to your screen. So these two are going to be routed out to your screen. This one right here is actually for our programmer module. So if you don't have the programmer module pre-installed when you get this, you're going to want to either unplug the pigtail that's on there, plug your module in, and this will be stuffed behind your dash with the rest of the harness. And we'll grab our USB adapter, plug that into the brown plug on here. And we have this little antenna extension here. We're going to get this plugged in. And this blue to teal connector, we're going to plug into the blue on our radio. All right, and that's pretty much it. Now we can bring all this stuff back to the vehicle and we'll get everything installed and connected to the new 10-inch screen in there. All right, so we're back in the vehicle. Before we start to plug everything in, I just want to point out, if you do have this pink and purple connector here, that these will not be used. So I'm actually going to throw a zip tie on these and stuff them out of the way. If you don't have these, don't worry about it. These are the only ones that we're going to be concerned with. Actually, those two lines that we just stuffed out of the way are cellular lines, and this is what is going to be kind of taking its place. So it's a Wi-Fi and a Bluetooth extender here, so you don't have to worry about those. The rest of these wires we will get plugged in though. We're going to start with our main harness. Just like we removed it, you want that paddle in the upwards position when you slide it in. And as you rotate that paddle down, it'll self-lock itself in there. Now we'll get our blue connector. This will go into here. We'll get our white connector right into there. Then we pre-installed our USB adapter. And like I said earlier, here's our conversion module. This is going to make sure everything works the way it was intended to. And as for this line, this goes to our screen. There is a space underneath the radio module that I'm actually going to pull that through, as well as that LVDS connector that's going to go to our new 10-inch display. Get those through, and any excess, I'm just going to kind of leave it back there. Get that lined up at the end. This is all you're going to want to be hanging out of there, and that's for our new screen. With that bracket lined up, we'll go ahead and reinstall our 4 7mm screws. All right, now we're ready for our screen and our dash bezel. I'll get this slid around the steering wheel here, and I'll get these plugged in. All right, just like that. Rotate this whole assembly into place. Make sure these wires are kind of tucked away in there. All right, that's all plugged in. Now I can return the steering wheel to its original position, and the install is done. Pretty simple.
All right, guys, now that it's installed, let's go ahead and turn it on and take a look. So as you noticed right there in the beginning, this particular vehicle is an SRT 392. So you did get the SRT badging. So if your Challenger, Charger, or 300 is an SRT, you will get the SRT logo. Otherwise, you will get the Dodge or the Chrysler logo accordingly. So really cool. Again, factory Mopar parts. So you are going to stick with all the factory features and the branding. So right here in your home screen, you'll notice that we have some widgets here. This is all customizable in different profiles. So you could set up a profile for yourself, maybe in a different profile for your spouse, and then you can have your own settings, your own radio stations, your own audio settings, so on and so forth. So when you get in the vehicle, you can do that. That is something privy to Uconnect 5. But this is the home screen here. If you want to get to, let's just say, the radio very quickly from home, you can just click there, or the navigation there. So what we'll do here is we'll go straight to media. As I mentioned, you do get HD radio with this upgrade. So you notice that it picked up the station there. SiriusXM, you do get the 360L package. Those of you who subscribe to SiriusXM, it is amazing. The album art, the station identification, all with SiriusXM. We are parked in a garage right now, so we don't get a signal, so I'll show you guys what that looks like when we get out. You do also get, obviously, Bluetooth streaming audio and then USB input. So lots of great features there. Your comfort controls, whether you have the heated and ventilated seat or heated steering wheel, those are all controlled through here. Everything works just as designed. Whether you have dual zone or manual controls, those will operate independently, so you will retain all of your climate features here. It does have embedded GPS navigation. This is a very sharp navigation system through TomTom. It's a partnership with the Uconnect 5 system. You do get pinch to zoom, the points of interest. There's just so many features. We have other videos that go in depth on how this all works, but this is just a phenomenal integrated GPS navigation system here. As you can see, I'm not tethered at all. I don't have any cords, and it immediately, as you saw when we first turned the vehicle on, it immediately connected to CarPlay. So just a really, really handy feature here with wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. You do get all of your apps. This particular app here is the Google application with the satellite view, which looks really cool. You do obviously get your Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you want. It just works really, really well right here on this large 10.1-inch display. Within vehicle itself, you have the dashboard, you have controls, and you have your settings. You can come in here and you retain, as I mentioned, all your factory settings. So your park sensors, your blind spot monitoring, all of that is controlled through here. You do have the option to come in and set a different theme. Maybe you like a lighter theme or maybe a darker theme. So be sure to go into the theme section if you want to customize it a little bit more. But you do retain all your factory settings, okay? And that's all part of giving us your 17-digit VIN number when you check out. Within the applications here, you can go to favorites. You can mark them as favorites so they show up. You could drag and drop them in the home row here. So that's all customizable through the app. So this is just a real quick run through, guys, of the Uconnect 5 system. It just works phenomenal. I think you guys will really, really enjoy it. And your Challenger, Charger, or 300, as I mentioned, you do retain all your factory features. So your steering wheel controls, your tune, your seek, your Bluetooth steering wheel controls, your backup camera, which I'll demonstrate here in just a moment. You retain it all with Infotainment.com. Another thing is we did choose the piano black trim in this particular Challenger. It looks really, really good. I think it highlights off of some of the other trim in the vehicle. We do have the matte black as well, if that's something you'd like to try. All right, now if you go to the SiriusXM icon here, you do notice right away you get the album art, you get your song and your artist, as well as your station identification. You can do a direct tune here. You could just slide and go to whatever channel you want and pick it up there. I think you guys will really, really like this. It's such a big jump in technology from a SiriusXM standpoint, amongst other things, between the Uconnect 3 and the Uconnect 4 to the Uconnect 5. All right, guys, as you can see, such an awesome upgrade. What a great upgrade in your specific vehicle. Upgrade your tech to the new Uconnect 5 system, which isn't available anywhere else, guys, using all factory Mopar parts right here from Infotainment.com. A few things I want to tell you guys before I let you go. First and foremost, the factory radio you have installed in your vehicle right now may be worth some trade-in value, so come check us out. Trade-in.infotainment.com. You may be eligible for even a couple $100 rebate for your factory radio deck. The next thing I wanted to mention is we service what we sell. So in the event you guys have a radio or have a friend with a radio that has a problem, we repair it right here professionally at Infotainment.com. The next thing I wanted to mention is we do offer extended warranties on all of our stuff, up to 3 years. So be ultimately confident that we'll be able to stand by and help you anytime along the way with that extended warranty. We offer these upgrades and so much more at Infotainment.com for all the big 3 domestic vehicle manufacturers and Toyota. So come check us out, Infotainment.com. Thanks for watching.